Stuart wasn't feeling well. He was having a very hard time building up steam, and this was affecting his day-to-day jobs. Some of the engines were worried about him. He would make a lot of noise as he left the station, and when he was moving trains around. Therefore, he had been sent to the works. He wasn't too happy about this, as he knew another engine would have to be brought in to replace him for the time being. One morning, Simon and Alec were having a chat at the station while the passengers were boarding Simon's train. "So, how are you enjoying doing some of McKinnon's jobs while he's at the works?" "Well, so far it's pretty good. I mean, all I'm really doing is something similar to what I was doing before, albeit with less stops on the passenger trains." I understand. Anyways, he should be back soon. Hopefully, he won't be the only one. Stuart should be back soon. Wonder who's... Hang on, whose whistle was that? Wait a minute. That shape in the distance, and that number. Oh no, I know who this is. Coming into the station was another NBRJ class like Simon. However, the number read 9899.
Ah, Simon, my little brother, it's been so long since I've last seen you.
Oh, hello Jeanie Dean. Ah, one of your sisters? Never knew you had one so close. My name's Alec.
Pleasure to meet you. Now, I've had a dreadfully long journey. Is there a place where I can rest for a little bit before I take my first branch line train?
Go a bit further and you'll see the sheds. You can fill up on cold water and have a little rest, okay?
All right. Thank you, Simon.
What's your problem? I never really got on with her. I mean, she always tried bossing me around, thinking that just because she's the oldest means I have to do everything by her way. Well, you haven't seen her in quite some time, so maybe she's changed. Maybe. We'll all just have to see how it plays out. Eventually, Jeanie Dean arrived at Armandale. She backed down under the coaches. Just then, she heard a whistle. Coming into the station was Pen. Ah, hello there. You must be the engine who's taking over from Stuart for the time being. My name's Pendragon, but you could call me Pen, and I...
An LSWR engine?
Yes?
I can't believe this railway hosts home to such an engine. I mean, really, this is for the LNER only. So why don't you go back down to the south?
I was actually constructed here, so I am a permanent resident, unlike you.
Oh, whatever. I don't have time to have a conversation with an LSWR engine.
You know what? I took enough of this abuse on my first day here. I'm going. I don't need this.
Whatever.
Soon, Jeanie Dean herself was prepared to leave. She set off with the branch line train. She tried to go faster, but her driver wouldn't let her.
Oh, driver, what on earth do you think you're doing? Let me go faster.
Sorry, but at present, this is as fast as you can go. It is a branch line train after all.
What? Well, this simply is not good enough.
Sorry, but you're just gonna have to tolerate it. She didn't enjoy it, and complained loudly the whole journey. They arrived at Malton Station, one of the first stops on the line. Now, Jeanie Dean is very used to running through stations as a passenger engine. However, she was very surprised when her driver started to slow down.
Hold on a minute, driver. What do you think you're doing? We have to run through this station.
No, we don't. Again, this is a branch line train. You need to stop.
What? You can't expect me to stop here at a small station like this. Who would want to anyway?
A whole lot of people apparently on this train.
Oh, this has to be one of the slowest trains I've ever pulled in my career.
Just bear with it for a moment.
Oh, I am really not a fan of this.
And I'm not a fan of your complaining. Soon, Jeanie Dean was set to leave. However, she still had a foul mood as she moved along. She arrived at Sefton on time.
Finally, this dreadful journey is over.
Well, now you've got to go and run around the train so you can run it tender first.
What? That is way too dangerous for me. I shall not be doing that, I tell you. I will not.
Unfortunately for you, Jeanie, you do not have a choice.
Believe me when I say I am sick of this railway.
Soon she was coupled up to the train, tender first. She was grumbling the whole time. She set off a few minutes later. For the rest of the day, Jeanie Dean was in quite the foul mood. Whenever an engine tried to talk to her, she would often make rude comments to them, no matter if they were LSWR, LMS, or LMER. Simon caught wind of this, and he was not pleased. You know, Alec convinced me to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Well,
Good thing I didn't believe him. You still act like the same flighty engine I knew back in Glasgow.
Me?
Yes. You've been complaining about doing work. Do you know how many engines wish they could? To add to that, do you remember me back when I was younger? I wanted a branch line. You're having something I never got to have. Honestly.
Now you listen here, Simon Glover.
No, you listen here, Jeanie Dean. You've been lazy, you've upset my friends, and quite frankly, I think you're worse than you were back in Glasgow. Now, I am going to ask you to do one thing. And do you know what that is? I want you to improve your attitude. If you don't, I'll make sure you're sent away. Got it? Jeanie Dean was silent. I'll take that as a yes. And with that, Simon headed back to Lowfell. Yo, Jeanie Dean, wake up! The passengers are waiting for you, you know.
I refuse, Pendragon.
Excuse me?
It makes no sense that I, Jeanie Dean, have to work so hard on a branch line that, in my opinion, isn't worth a second glance.
Kuh! Simon was right. Not only are you rude, you're selfish as well. I mean, seriously. The least you could do is take this train. Honestly. Unfortunately, this annoyed the passengers, who all needed to get to their destinations. However, Alec, who had been nearby, had decided to come and help for the rest of the day. He did this spectacularly. He treated the coaches kind and obeyed the speed limits. As the sun started to set, Mr. Lance had a talk with Jeanie Dean.
Are you aware of why you're here, Jeanie Dean? Oh, do tell me, sir. I'm interested to hear.
I bought you because I thought you would work hard for me. Clearly I was wrong. I should have gone with some other engine, or maybe even just had Alec work the trains from the beginning. Clearly this was my mistake. So Jeanie Dean, you are no longer allowed to work here. You will be sent back in the morning. Do I make myself clear?
Fine. It's not like I care about this railway anyway.
As Mr. Lance walked away, Jeanie Dean was glad she would finally be going home.